Guys, it's Kane. Welcome to another Autism Digest interview. Where today we're covering a topic I've been wanting to talk about on here for a good long while now. As soon as I turned 18, I immediately decided that it was time to get a tattoo. Since then, I've gotten a couple of tattoos. Unfortunately, as a college graduate, I got to focus on loans specifically, and I can't get as many tats as I like, but I can talk about them with a tattoo artist, the owner of the Sugar Plum Tattoo shop in Florida specifically, who's actually expecting her first child. Amazing, Elisa Ferrer. Thanks for coming on, Elisa.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I'm super excited to be here. I haven't really done anything like this before. But yeah, it makes sense that being in college, trying to get a tattoo, tattoos are expensive. But usually if you pay the correct amount, you're gonna get something that's permanent and worthy of keeping and doesn't look bad. So I'd say it's worth the price, you know?
I definitely say so too. Maybe once I pay down the loans, I can get another one. Anyways, let's get down to business. For those that may not know you, do you mind telling a bit of your story in your own words?
Sure. So, oh my gosh. So, I'm the owner of Sugar Plum Tattoo. We were originally started in Lakeland, and I think we were established in year 2023, the end of 2023. We were more up for business in 2024, and now we are in Mulberry, servicing Lakeland and Mulberry and surrounding areas. And Sugar Plum's a really great shop. Basically, we are female owned and operated. We service a lot of queer clients, female clients, clients of every like different culture and demographic and everything. But honestly, we have a lot of like a really strong community where we have like a lot of support and love and everything. It's awesome. I love my shop.
That's the goal. Oh, building those communities. That's what we try to do on here, which transitions beautifully into my next question for you. What are some common concerns neurodivergent clients share before getting their first tattoo?
Hmm. Most of the time when people message me, they talk about anxiety. Concerns with like being exposed is something I hear a lot. I would say most of the time I run into people who are worried about being annoying too. Like they worry that they're going to be too much for like over communicating or asking too many questions. And I will say most of the time when people do come to me with concerns, whether it's about their personality or about just taking care of a tattoo in general, um, they usually are the best clients anyways. Like if they're like overly nervous, they most of the time they sit in a chair and they sit great or they end up loving the tattoo and they're just pleasant to work with. Because if you care enough to ask all those questions ahead of time, then you're most of the time means you're a pleasant person to work with. So, other than that, our studio is pretty private, so that actually brings a lot of people who are more like if they're anxious about being exposed in a room or being around a ton of people or overstimulated or anything like that too, we can like close our door. So that also brings a lot of clients in too. I even have some clients, if they are more like likely to get overstimulated, they'll request some days that are less busy too, and we can accommodate for them. So yeah.
That's awesome. I was gonna ask what you do to accommodate sensory preferences, but you answered that beautifully. I'll say when I first got my squirrel and dragonfly when I turned 18,
I
I
love that.
wasn't concerned at all. If anything, I was eager to get them because a bit of a story for you. I went through an emo rap phase as a teenager. Emo rap is a fusion between hip hop and emo, and I thought the face tats and the tattoos some of these artists would get, like the Post Malones and the Lil Peeps, were pretty cool. Oh,
Yeah.
so I definitely can relate, which transitions beautifully into my next question for you. Transitioning off of that for a bit, what advice would you give to an autistic person preparing for their very first tattoo?
Hmm. Okay. Well, I'm gonna put this out there. I don't know how many of my clients are actually autistic unless they just tell me. So the only advice I can give is based off what I've experienced. I would say bring your own like fidgets if you need something sensory wise, bring your own snacks and water. Honestly, that's for anybody in general. Um, and then to bring your own blankets and pillows, and then your own headphones. And then also feel comfortable to communicate with your artist if you prefer to speak with them or not. That's a big thing. Some people feel a lot more comfortable having a conversation, and some people feel a lot more comfortable being completely silent the whole time. So I think that's what I would say. Just bring as many items as you need to make it as comfortable for you. Whatever that looks like.
Ex- exactly. Or just be communicative and be as communicative as possible. Let's transition beautifully into my next question for you. You touched on this a little bit. How can artists make consultations more comfortable for clients who process information differently?
Okay, as a tattoo artist, that's a good question. I mean, I have different ways to go about it. So it really depends on the design. If it's a bigger design, I have to have people come to person. Which I know can be kind of challenging for some people, but maybe it's also a good way to become accommodative with the person. So, um, you said communicate with someone who's a consultation, make a consultation. Okay. I guess picture collecting would be really good start for consultations. Like any sort of visual references. There's never too many visuals that you could bring. Even if you draw your own picture, I'd much rather someone over communicate their idea than under communicate it out of fear of anything. Um, and then we can always talk in private. Like I said, we have private rooms, especially if they want to show an exposed area. Sometimes I can do consultations over the phone as well. Um, so usually that would look like through text or DM. We don't really do phone calls, but I have done phone call consultations as well before too. So that's kind of what I would suggest. Visuals are usually the easiest way for most people. And then I just tell them what to expect for booking and everything. And most of the time it goes pretty smoothly, I'd say.
It definitely sounds like it. And well, had everything is going back to that one piece of advice I'd give to anyone getting a tattoo or doing anything that they're concerned about who's neurodivergent. Communicate your preferences.
Yep.
Is That's the only way to get success in whatever you're doing. My last question for you is normally I like to ask people, what does the future hold for them? But I know the answer. You have your sock, you have a whole baby you're going to have come September. What do you want to teach your child about accepting people?
Oh, that's a good question. Um, hmm. I would teach my child about I was raised okay, so personally for me, I was raised very much like you judge people based off of morals and right and wrong but that was a very like biblical way of looking at it. And there's nothing wrong with biblical, but I would say everyone's a human and give people grace and to not basically I'm trying to think. I would say look more. This is a hard one. I don't even know. I don't know. I'm a first time mom, so I don't even know how I'm gonna do this. I would say to just love people, and as cheesy as that is, I feel like we focus on ourselves so much, and I feel like people got really comfortable with saying I hate everyone, and I hate people, and I don't like being around people, and I feel like that's kind of a problem. Um, I feel like it's a lot easier to just look out and want to be part of the community and be interested in other people's lives and be more loving of people. Like I love people. I get energized just being around other people and talking to people and learning about other people. I was always taught that people are out to hurt you and get you when I was younger or basically show you. evil things or whatever. And there's people out there like that, but and I feel like I believe that most people just want connection, and I feel like that's really important. And tattooing is the art form of you're literally physically connecting with someone. So, um, it's literally the best job out there. So, yeah, I guess I just teach them to love people and be forgiven and everything.
That's the goal. Oh, and that's why we have platforms like this. Anyways, that's going to do it for this extremely powerful interview. Thank you so much to Eliza for coming on and sharing her perspectives. If you guys want to see more amazing interviews, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe to the Autism Digest channel. Pick up our latest issue and be on the lookout for our next issue. You can get both of those by going to autismdigest.com and stay tuned for the audio file of this interview to be hosted on our Spotify. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.